Kwai Chi, and this is Things to Do in London. We're on Clerkenwell Road, which is behind me. It's on the corner of Gray's Inn Road, Clerkenwell Road, obviously this one, and Theobald Road. A really cool thing at the top of the Yorkshire Grey there is a huge horse, and you find that there are all these kind of really picturesque things around Clerkenwell Road when you just look up. So if you ever come around here, take some time and have a look up, which we'll do on this video as well. Behind me there's Gray's Inn Road, which goes down to Holborn. Behind me, if you walk straight down Theobald Road, that'll take you into central London, West End central London. We are pretty central here at the moment. And if you carry on up that way, up Gray's Inn Road, that'll take you up to King's Cross. So let's start here. We've got Pret a Manger, a chain that is still owned by the co-founders. Over there, you've got Miletti. They've got 2 or 3 stores now in the UK. It's really good for true Italian square-based pizzas on the thin base, cut out in squares. They cook them on giant platters, and then they cut them into 12 or 16 different pieces, and then they serve them in 2s for about £5 a pop. Behind us, we've got Allied Irish Bank. If we just carry on walking up here, you've got lots of arty, framey shops. So there's the first one on this street. Clerkenwell Road is split up into 3 different parts. So you have to cross the road twice. On the right hand side we've got Tost, which is a chain. Currently it's quite a new chain, but they've opened up quite a few of these recently, so you can get a salad and a soup, that kind of stuff at Tost. There's not too much to see for a little bit, but Clerkenwell, this whole area generally, is in central London. Closest stations to here are Holborn, Chancery Lane, Farringdon Station. Farringdon's kind of in the middle, so if you want to start in the middle, then Farringdon's your best bet. Before we move on too far, we've got Met Office just there. They've got some sort of office. They are really based out in Exeter though. We've got the Griffin. This is really popular with old men and young bachelors. It's a nightclub for with strippers, basically. It's a strip club, which is why they have the whole black door entrance thing going on there. On the outside, it's all whited out windows, so it kind of looks like a pub and a bar, and that's kind of what they advertise here. It looks like a pub bar, but it's a strip club. High-end strip club, not. So this area of central London, it's an ancient parish. It's really super old, and it got redone 1900 to 1965. It's been kind of regenerated a few times. Minicab office. This is a licensed minicab office, so it's really important that if you catch a cab in London, make sure if it's a minicab that it's licensed. You have to pre-book on the phone, or you go into one of these offices to book it, or you get a black cab. Don't get anything else, because you risk the chance of getting raped or taken away somewhere where you don't want to actually go, or being overcharged, which is bad. Not as bad as being raped. Magma is a cool bookshop. Got lots of really quirky stuff, books, and they got prints like these kind of cool prints. And they got t-shirts and all that kind of merch to buy. There's a really cool Swedish place here, selling really well Swedish furniture. Lots of cool quirky shops on Clerkenwell Road, mixed in with residential places like Cavendish Mansions across the road there. So Cavendish Mansions is one of these kind of post-World War II buildings that were built just to accommodate the requirement to house people. Before I go too far, there's Clerkenwell screws here. It's a screw shop. They sell lots of different types of screws, and you see a queue of people buying screws, and that's what they sell. So if you ever need a screw, go to Clerkenwell Screws, because they sell screws to screw stuff in. They can re-thread stuff as well. So if you want something threaded, that's where you would go. Parsley shop. Connecticut, a very cool shop, run by Italians, very Italian, real gelati, real Italian coffee, meat, deli stuff, cheeses, really friendly stuff. Across the road we've got To Bang, a really traditional Korean type of restaurant, selling things like bibimbap in hot stone bowls. There's breadcrumbs, which I've not been to, kung food I've not been to, primarily because I've seen them serving food. It's not the most hygienic. Real Man Pizza is quite a cool pizza place. It's not what you would call a real true Italian pizza place, because they serve things like chocolate pizza, but it's still served on a thin base. It's really nice. Service is a bit slow. Downstairs they've got a tapas Spanish place, which is kind of new. I've not tried that yet, but the pizza's worth trying. They claim to have the hottest pizza in the UK. I think Papa John's is probably hotter, but that's what they claim. The Clerkenwell is one of these places where they serve traditional gastropub style food. There are lots of these kind of gastropubs around here. There's gun makers quite nearby if you head down in that direction. There's quite a few fashiony places as well around here. So on the left-hand side, we'll see it quite soon. There's Agent Provocateur and Ben Sherman's headquarters. And again, mixed in with really weird and niche things like International Magic Shop, where you have every trick in the book that you would want to, perform magic-wise. I don't perform magic, but if you do want to perform magic, then that's your place. If you want to buy really nice flowers, then Wild About Flowers is a really cool place to buy flowers. It's incredibly expensive, but it looks really cool. If you want to buy flowers, then if you want to impress somebody, it's a bit like buying a really nice ring from De Beers or Tiffany's. You would get your flowers from Wild About Flowers. It's one of these nice places. Across here we've got Leather Lane, which is a heartland of cool food trucks, something that's you see in America a lot. Lots of food trucks down there. It's a traditional kind of market as well. They sell fruit and veg and meat and that kind of stuff down there as well. Next to it we've got Leader Building, which is quite a new building, with toilets out in front of it. 20p toilets. Let's go and have a look at these toilets. So these toilets, they cost 20p. This huge door opens up, and then you go in, you do your business, and then when you leave, it closes the door, and then it sanitizes the whole room inside. No idea how it works, but every time I go into one of these things in London, there's a ton of bog roll all over the floor and in the toilet pan. So I don't think they work very well. But if you do want to try it, it's an experience. It costs 20p. It's like a ride. It's an experience. Across here we've got Sainsbury's Local, and you've got a cash machine. There aren't too many free cash machines around, but if you do want a good cash machine, then you've got to make sure that it's run by a bank, or it definitely says it's free to withdraw money. Sometimes they're free to check your balance, but not to withdraw your money, so make sure it's free to take your money out as well. Okay, so we're heading up to Italian Quarters, or Little Italy. It's called Little Italy because there used to be loads of Italians living here in between the 19th and 20th century. Down there is a cool gastropub. It's called the Coach and Horses. Try out their warm Scotch eggs, which is a starter. You can just eat just warm Scotch eggs, but they do other nice cuisines as well. There's also Smith's College, the University of Arts London, which does all the fashiony stuff, and we'll be able to see just above here, the Lever building. You can start to see a clock, and when we go further away, you'll be able to see the clock in the distance on the end of that building. It's quite a cool thing to see. But across here, across that whole left side of the road, you see this Little Italy. There's even coloured like the Italian flag, so it's green, and Terroni is an Italian deli, and then next to that you've got an Italian church, and then next to that you've got a really run-down Italian block of apartments, I think. Let's go and have a look. So at this intersection we've got Hatton Garden, which is like the Diamond Road. It's where the Diamond Exchange is as well. There's also a couple of marketing agencies down here like Grey and the Social Partners. We've got a cool old building here. Somebody lived here from 1840, but this building was redone in 1880, as you can see from the top of the building. It's called Hatton House, and there are lots of these kind of buildings in and around this area. So all the Italians basically moved out mid 20th century, and a lot of the place has been kind of left run down. Probably not since then, because the paint looks a bit newer than that. But it looks like no one else has bothered to take the stuff over. Over on our right here, we've got a really cool 3D robot shop where you can send your designs through, or they can help you make a design up, and then they print out your 3D objects in these little robot machines, which is quite cool. It's called iMaker, and you can go on their website as well. They've got a store in Harvey Nichols as well. And if we continue going up here, there's Scoot Tech. They sell bikes. I realise it looks a bit run down, but you know, a lot of this kind of area looks a little bit slightly run down. But there are, you know, nice bits in between that are really cool. Real good coffee along here, which we'll see in a minute as well. There are a few little coffee shops dotted around, and you often find that they don't have that many customers in them, but do feel free to go and check them out, of course. Here's another traditional pub, the Hatton Tun, which is a pun on Hatton Gardens, and it's quite a cool place. Again, it's another one of these gastro pubs. Across the road, we've got Soho gyms, and we've got, again, training academies for Yo Sushi, and there's another prep to kind of end this section of Clerkenwell Road. Soho Gym is a small chain over here, and they do the Insanity workout, one of the only places that does that really highly rated gym workout. If you go on Amazon, you see the workout is like £100 or $150 for the workout as set DVDs, or you can buy it direct off their TV ad. So we're coming up to the end of this first section where we cross onto Farringdon Road, and it's one of the easiest ways to get to Farringdon Station. We're served by Metropolitan Line, Circle Line, national railway lines as well, which head down to Brighton and up to Bedford and Luton. There are a few other kind of little shops and lots of these kind of design agencies and architect shops. And we'll see in the third section of Clerkenwell Road, there's lots of design shops, so more of that Scandinavian furniture kind of feel. Up there, between the Domi building and the left-hand side where St James's Church is, you'll see there's like an old green, so you can kind of see that from here. And Clark and the Clark's Well used to reside in that area on Farringdon Lane. You can view it by appointment. It's behind like a door thing, window thing. So you can book it by appointment. But that's why this whole place is called Clerkenwell, because it was the Clark's Well. So let's kind of walk across the road where we finish the first bit of Clerkenwell Road. So here's Farringdon Road. Okay, so in this second section, where we're standing over a bridge, which basically overlooks the train lines, which you can see over this wall, looking down, kind of sit. And if we keep on walking, there's lots of cool stuff on the left there. Do check it out. There's a whole green, there's St James's Park, which is a church park, it's not proper St James's Park. There's also another entrance to the right as we turn down this junction to Farringdon Station, but it's only open first thing in the morning and last thing at night when people are coming and going from work, to and from work, so it's just down there. This is going to be the headquarters of Publicis in the future. It's a huge Derwent London project, so maybe even by the time you watch this video, this will have been a huge headquarters in a really prime location. In this second section, there's not that much going on. It's not full of restaurants and shops and things like that. But there are really cool things, like the top of that building, Cornwall House. Walking up here, you can see the Green, which is a bit of a car park at the moment. There are lots of offices around here, architect firms, cool lighting things like that weird thing there. Through the glass. They're an architect, Grimshaw. Quite randomly, there's a shop over there that makes suits, which is completely out of sync with the rest of the road. And you can buy diamond and wedding rings, which is kind of close to Hatton Garden, so I can understand why they have that there. Lots of estate agents around here, so we won't really go into estate agents because that's kind of, unless you're looking to buy here or rent here, there's no point looking at estate agents. Across the road, there's a car wash, and it's a car wash with Wi-Fi. So if you ever want to kind of take your car into central London, pay congestion charge, and have access to the internet, and have your car washed inside and out, then go to Lellers of Clerkenwell. They apparently have these schemes as well, where you can pay subscriptions to get your car washed. And they even clean cabs and motorcycles, which is amazing. Parallel to here are lots of cool shops and pubs. If we carry on up here, we start to hit a few more restaurants and pubs and bars and that kind of thing. Lots of flats around here. Very little private parking, so prime real estate for that kind of stuff. Here's one, Chow Now, Vietnamese takeout. You can, they've got a couple of seats in there for you to eat. Thai Rapid, it's quite a nice Thai place. It's quite cheap and cheerful, run by Thai people. Giant robot. They have these cool things called sliders. You can get 3 different kind of sliders and have it in a selection for about 10 or 11 pounds. With fries is another couple of pounds. You've got a bistro on the left called Bruno Louvet, which is a nice upmarket restaurant. There's a hairstylist here and coffee shop. And over here on the left, you'll be able to see the modern pantry, which is quite a cool little place. It's quite a cool little place. Then you've got an agency over there as well. You've got UM and Initiative in the same building on the right-hand side there. You've got a modern pantry, which is really good food place to sit down and eat. They're open from breakfast till dinner. On the right-hand side here, in number 1 St John's Square, you've got We Are Social on one of the floors, which is the UK's biggest social media agency. That castle thing over there is something you can go up and it's free to go and view. It's like a museum. There's not very much more than that. And we're coming up to the end of the second section of Clerkenwell Road, and then we'll hit the last section, which will cross over onto Old Street. But there's one last place in this middle section, which is called the Workshop Coffee House, where they make their own beans. Well, they don't make their own beans. They select their own beans and roast it here and select them and grind them all in house, all in there. It's quite cool. And then we're coming up to the third section here, where you've got Benuga on the corner, and this is St John Street. And St John Street is home to quite a lot of cool eating places. So down that way you've got St John, which is a really cool restaurant, and there's Pizza, and there's a few other nice kind of places like that as well to eat. And down here is going to be the third and final section of Clerkenwell Road. So Benuga is a chain, and it looks nice. It's one of these places that looks nice, but the food isn't that great. So be aware, Benuga is one of those places. There's barbers, gents salon as they call it over here. Mr. Chan's, which is on Just Eat and Hungry House, just here. A little Chinese takeaway. A really cool old antique watch shop. And Burrito Brothers. Around here you'll start to really smell burritos, really, and in the summer you'll, or when it's a bit warmer, you really get that smell of bacteria growing So if you want to smell lots of sweaty armpits style smells, then come around here when it's hot, and you'll smell that smell. Across the road there's one of these framing places. Like I said before, there's lots of these kind of framing shops, and there's an artist and gilding materials store there as well. There's a reclaimed flooring company and a tile shop. Next to that you've got a watch repair centre and a binding shop. Very quirky little binding shop. So if you're in a bind, then go to the binding store. Or if you're not in a bind but you want to be, go to the binding store. Foxton's looks like a groovy architect shop, but it's actually an estate agent's. And as we walk across here, it's full of shops where you buy furniture or bathrooms. So we start off around here with the bathroom. So you can buy your bathroom from Kohler. Then next up you can buy your kitchen dining area and your kitchen tables from Bulb Walk. And then a bit further up there's an office design place called Thinking Works. So if you've got a home office, you can buy your furniture from there. On the right here you've got your forest bikes, which are known as the hire scheme to hire bicycles in London. You can pay £2 and ride for up to half an hour at a time, and park in one of these bays, which are all across London, and that just costs £2 for the whole day. If you want to hold the bike for a bit longer, if you want to cycle for a bit longer between parking, then it costs a bit more. Across here there's another design shop, and we've got the animal hospital shelter, and also a medicine hospital to the right hand side over here, also next to another design shop. So there, across there is the Clerkenwell Animal Hospital. And just to finish off the road, there's yet another design shop called Boss Designs, which is quite a cool design shop. It's quite quirky. There's Arthur here, which you saw a bit of just now. There's lots of traffic in this area, so you can hear behind me, and you can see all the traffic going past. There's some really cool furniture in Boss. I can't see a lot of it being usable furniture, but there's a lot of cool furniture nonetheless. Like these Pringle jars here, these cut-out Pringle jars, quite cool. There's this place here called Temptations, where they look like they got 3D printed chairs, but they're just plastic chairs. And they claim to make all their own food, although it tastes like a bit like it's come out of a packet kind of food. Towards the end of the road there's Pizza Express chain. There's yet another Pret a Manger to end the corner of the road over there. Costa Coffee across the road on the Old Street side. And across there you've got a disused pub. It's not actually open anymore, and it looks like it's kind of being maintained on the outside. It looks like it's open, but when you look through the windows it's all closed, so shut up shop. So, that was Clerkenwell Road. I'm Kwai Chi. Until next time, take care. Hi, thanks for watching. I'm Kwai Chi, this is D or Chi. If you'd like to watch more of our videos, then please subscribe by clicking down here.
If you want to see more things to do in London, then click over here. If you'd like to see general reviews, click down there. And if you'd like to see more of D or Chi and baby reviews, then click up here. Until next time, I'm Kwai Chi and this is D or Chi. Thanks for watching.